3 years back, we got a breakthrough when AI agent was talking to a customer through phone.
But as a human, if you'll ask me, that was not my first mode of communication. My first mode of communication was I wanted to talk with you.
The way I see AI voice will be the new way to interact with the application. Maybe there will be a time when you will stop using keyboard at all, right? It will be just your voice which you will be using to interact with your system.
One thing which you have mentioned is building your own voice.
We talk about Indian languages, right? Those native languages like Punjabi, Gujarati, Marathi, right? There is no good voice, I would say, and that is where we saw a gap. Farmer in Rajasthan want to take some help, or want to take any farming help. How will he do it? We need AI agent who speak their languages.
AI voice or chatbot? Which technology out of these two going to be dominant in next 5 years? Welcome back to another episode of Techie Talks with Kuldeep. I am your host Kuldeep Singh. Today we are excited to have Mr. Alok with us. Alok is a DC alumni and founder of Girikon.ai. Alok, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kuldeep, for having me here.
So, Alok, before we start our conversation, could you share about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So as you said, right, I graduated from Delhi College of Engineering. Right after that, I started my own venture called nextproduct.com. So at that time, it was more like online shopping center, online book, on selling a book and on all that stuff. Right. After that, I started IT company, and in between, I went to Australia as well for 2 years, more than 2 years. Then I came back and started Girikon.com.
Girikon.ai, if I understand it correctly, you are working to make like voices specifically for the AI era.
Yeah. So little correction over there, Kuldeep, right? So with Girikon.ai, right? I hope you know, right? What is Girikon and Girikon.ai? So Girikon is parent company, and Girikon.ai is a dedicated unit where we are working on AI innovation, AI related solutions, right? So before this thing, AI voice, we were already in the business of Greek CTI.
Okay.
So computer telephony integration, right? And as you know, we are deeply rooted in Salesforce ecosystem, right? Having a good experience with CRM implementation, consulting, right? Whether it's Salesforce, HubSpot, like that, right? So with Greek CTI, we were solving a telephony system, giving businesses a telephony system, right? And that is where we observed that companies were struggling to manage missed call, right? Doing minutes of meeting, taking out minutes of meeting of that call, right? Struggling to do follow up, and that is where we feel a need of AI voice agent. So that time, if I remember correctly, that is where we got this idea to have AI voice agent, which can speak to customer as soon as they call. You don't need to go through those IVR standard IVR, right? You, I guess, on an average, you spend around 9 minutes or more than that, right, to speak to a human agent. Even if you want to contact anyone at Amazon, right, you forget it. You will never get to the human agent, right? So that is where we got this idea of AI agent, and I believe 3 years back we got a breakthrough when AI agent was talking to a customer through phone, right? So not in computer, when a customer is calling, and AI agent was speaking in a phone, in a telephony, right? That was a breakthrough. And so if I say, it is not just building AI voice, we are kind of giving solution to enterprise where AI voice, along with the solving the business problem, right? Automating the business processes, business workflow, right? And like things like removing bottleneck, where AI agent can do all those repetitive things can answer those obvious questions, repetitive questions, things like that.
But see, that's good that
Mhm.
you were understanding like the entire CRM ecosystem. You were sure that sometime the people call, or even like those call even within the enterprises could be a sales call or something, and those are becoming very important. And then someone within the customer care, if someone wants to speak, that also calls become important, else as a user he become frustrated. But I have seen this might be a very good problem to solve for a small size customer, for a medium one customer. But you are also talking about like, hey, enterprise also needed it.
Yes.
So if you can just think it more from large companies perspective, why you think this problem is important enough for them to solve? Because for example, they do have already kind of the meetings, right, where they are capturing like the notes, etc. Even though there are like a virtual meeting which are happening through some platform, and there these can capture. I haven't heard that it is such a big problem for them, but maybe I'm missing something which you
No,
have
no,
done those
Kuldeep.
insights.
So that is the thing, right? So I was not talking about boardroom meetings or one-to-one meeting, right? So I was more talking about think of a sales call or think of a support call, right? Where you need contextual uh, call, right? Where you need, so think of any customer care, right? Any customer care company, right? Where there is a manager and there is a huge team. Manager is taking care, right? And then you need, even if you are having 10 minutes of call, 15 minutes of call with your customer, you will need those call summary. What was the key pointers from that call, right? Not only that, our so as I said, we are giving a voice agent along with a CTI, so it's a complete solution, right? So when a customer care guy is talking to a customer, right, they're also getting a guided prompt that what should be the answer for this problem or this query. They don't need to go through, they don't need to look into their PDF and all that stuff, right? So you can imagine how efficient it is. Our system is making those customer care representative, right? Uh, so summary is one
Can we
thing.
take an example? Maybe like as a normal customer, I
Uh-huh.
talk to the my like the network provider, and sometime we face this issue, right? And usually we go, then there are like IVR button, you press A, B, C,
Yes.
and then after 10 minutes you get connected. How you are solving this problem, or how you can solve this problem,
Yes,
if
yes,
I
yes, yes.
ask you?
So I will not take company name, okay? But so things like if you need to, let's say if you bought any camera, right? Then you will need help to set up that camera, or let's say if the camera is not working, so what will you do? You will call customer care, right? Then you will have to obviously wait for 7 to 8 minutes to get
Reach to a actual
through a
agent.
human agent, right? That is where our AI agent comes into the picture. Any company can train our AI agent on their knowledge base, on their enterprise knowledge base, right? AI agent will pick up the call, right, and can walk that customer through the troubleshooting steps, right? That customer, you can imagine that customer don't need to wait for that 9 minute plus that AI agent will be accurate in giving those responses, giving the solution, right? Because it is trained on your enterprise knowledge. That is one example which I can give you. Now, if you uh, move ahead from this thing, right? So let's say a customer is talking to AI agent for 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Most of the time, 90% time, because that query gets resolved by AI agent itself, right? But still, there are 10% time when you still want to talk to human agent, right? So at that time, you can ask our AI agent to transfer that call to human agent, and it will get transferred to human agent seamlessly. And when it is getting transferred, right, that human agent, they will get a context. What was the context of that call? What AI agent was talking to this customer, right? So customer will not have to repeat again and again same thing to the human agent. For that customer agent, it will be very easy to see what was the conversation, what was the problem, right? And not only that, customer agent will also get a prompt. What could be the uh, possible solution.
Possible solution as well.
Right.
So you are saying, for example, earlier all these things, three things used to be very distinctive. For example, as a customer, if I just press, then I used to keep playing with those numbers. Press 2 for this, press 3 for this, and then I used to keep listening it and spend 2 to 3 minutes.
7 minutes.
Yeah, and then after that you go to a human, and then you say, hey, sir, what was the problem? So the entire context, right, which was lost. So is this something you are solving it from start till end, right?
That is the one thing which we are solving. You're absolutely right. Making processes more seamless, more efficient, right? Saving time where AI agent can do the repetitive things, and that is where human agent can utilize their time in a better way to do more valuable tasks, right? So in a way, I can say that we are empowering human agent with the AI agent.
Okay, and so far, based on my experience, also how the AI is evolving, or specifically within the voice, we do have very good agent which can speak in English or maybe like one or two other foreign languages. But India, being a country of so many languages, like here, like if you just go maybe like 10 kilometer, 20 kilometer, the voice at least the start changing. How you are handling that specific part?
Yes. So that was the first thing which we noticed 2 years back, right? That okay, we saw that there were many many agent speaking really well in English and all those languages, right? But as you said, country like India, right, where languages and taste of water also get changes after every 10 kilometer. There is a challenge, right? Over here, for AI to become successful, AI will have to speak our people languages, right? Our people cannot speak their languages, right? So that is where we also get into this. English was there, very, very true. And that was the time when we thought to not just have a telephony solution, not just have AI agent, but we thought to build Indian native languages as well, right? And it's a huge market. There is a potential, and we are trying to build native languages, vernacular languages as well. Right now, we support multi native languages like Hindi is there, like Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi. These are the languages which we do support at the moment, right? But still, it is, I would say, it is early days. Still, we need to evolve a lot to support those native languages, those vernacular, and and I'm hoping to come up. We will start supporting other languages, other native languages soon. Right now, I believe we are supporting like more than 10 languages of India.
Yeah, and this is correct, and I think because the technology should enable those people, it should not be based on only a specific language. Then we are getting biased towards it. But over the years, these companies, whether it is smaller or the bigger, have also invested so much into their like a text-based solution, right? So what does that mean is, for example, hey, if you follow this, then there used to be like an app, sport app, which were open. And now we see lots and lots of like the chatbots which are being created, so through which you are just describing, and then it is giving the some input. But what you are solving is really like the voice first problem, which is, of course, it is the same pain point, but from the technology and the others perspective, it is creating a new tech stack, which means, will the older tech stack which were available, like whether the IVR or whether this app based solution or now the chatbot, that in the future we no need them?
Yeah, Kuldeep. So I guess more or less you are right. Some right at that point. When you talk about chatbot, right, and AI voice agent, I don't think we should be comparing chatbot with AI voice agent. The way I see, AI voice will be the new way to interact with the application, right? Earlier used, as you said, earlier we used to interact with form, chatbot, text, right? Those things can be easily replaced, or it will be more efficient. Where you see voice will be a new platform to interact with your application, right? Maybe you will be not navigating through the application dashboard a lot. It will be more or less your voice, command of your voice, which we will be utilizing more to access your application, right? Uh, so let's not compare AI voice with the chatbot, right? But yes, in chatbot also there is like AI agent. So the way you do IVR, press 1 2 3, like in chatbot also we must have seen, right? You need to type 1 2 and 3, right?
Yeah.
That is more like IVR in text, right? That is bot, right? And that is where we also provide AI messaging agent, right? Where you can just text, type in your natural languages, right? And that AI messaging agent will understand what you are trying to ask, and it will talk to you naturally. It will be giving you solution naturally, in natural, as a natural conversation over the chat as well.
Yeah. So I think it is also, extending the capability of a person to connect. For example, hey, you might not be in a area, or for example, you are in a running train, right? Where you might not be able to talk. That's where like you use this text bait. But hey, you don't want it to chat or type enough, because you know what is the problem, and you are looking for the solution. Maybe it is just quick, hey, just help me with the solution. That's where you may wanted to go only with the voice solution.
Right, you are absolutely right, Kuldeep, over there. So voice or text, right? It is more about AI agent, right? Which sits behind voice as well as behind text, right? Depending upon user preferences or circumstance or surrounding, right? There are times when we cannot take when you cannot take call, or if you're in a noisy background, maybe you're just doing texting or chatting, right? So as I said, right, that is where we come into the picture. So as a Girikon.ai, we provide a seamless solution over voice, over text, and we are automating many workflows. As I said, we are having in-depth experience in CRM consulting and implementation, right? So not just AI voice is not just talking to a customer at the runtime; it is also updating your CRM, right? It is also executing those workflows. So that is where you see the value, how a business can take benefit out of this.
And it might be also, one specific thing, like, over the year, because I think in the last 20 years specifically, IT has become an integral part of it, right? And IT by default was only having this type of the interface earlier, right? Hey, for example, now you go with those fixed 1 2 3 4, or you like, select nowadays, in even in the chatbot, you ask for some question and then it is giving. But as a human, if you'll ask me, that was not my first mode of communication. My first mode of communication was I wanted to talk with you, like we are doing it right now, right? Hey, I could have asked these questions maybe within a chat, and you could have given me the answer. But speaking with the another person, that's where like the bonds get created. That's where like the customer think, hey, yes, this company is listening to me. Do you also found this difference, or this difference being noticed in the market, that hey, it will be a good, although in the past we might not have think through it, or even like the technology was not ready to solve it, because then the investment would have huge. But do you also see this as a like a market shift, which is being natural to a human being, how they interact?
As I said, right, we are empowering human agent with the AI agent, right? There are times when you don't want to spend 5 minutes, 6 minutes to wait for to speak to human agent, right? That is where maybe AI agent will solve your things, and I, at the same time, those human connection, that is very valuable, right? So wherever it is needed, you can still talk to your human agent, right? So we are not taking away anything. We are empowering, I would say.
Empowering.
Yeah.
No, and that's I think a growing trend, at least even in the in the market we see. For example, even like the one of the most popular chat, like the WhatsApp and all. Specifically, I have seen like the Indian people tries to like a speak and then
Yes.
communicate rather than
And then
typing
tap.
long and all. And do you also see, because when I have visited China, there also I saw this trend that they also think of like chat like speaking more within their kind of the interface rather than like chat and all. So that was like the very good insight I got. Do you
Yeah.
think this is also like a trend which is also becoming common across the globe as well?
It is becoming common, and as I said, right,
Mm-hmm.
earlier you used to communicate to system through form or text, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is being replaced by voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
You will stop, maybe there will be a time when you will stop using keyboard at all, right? It will be just your voice which you will be using to interact with your system, with your application. So yes, to answer your question, yes, it is a growing trend, and people are finding it more comfortable, while it is the most natural thing for human to speak, just to speak and then get the response, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is where we are seeing this shift, to have use your voice to interact with WhatsApp or interact with your system instead of
Mm-hmm.
typing in text.
Yeah, and maybe like you are just right now your main focus is on solving it for the Indian
Mm-hmm.
languages and all. Maybe I'm sure like if this idea is becoming more and more common, there are even like the companies which are having like
Mm-hmm.
working with the other languages, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
in the outside world also, yes, I know like the
Mm-hmm.
English is still most famous, but there are like n number of language,
Mm-hmm.
and there are like n number of even like the countries
Mm-hmm.
where the technology scale or the investment is not yet available, where they can also use it.
Definitely. So India is first thing,
Mm-hmm.
and once we succeed over here, definitely this can we can talk about other languages as well. We can take it. We
Mm-hmm.
can see what other languages are there which we can solve.
Mm-hmm. And also, is there a like a specific business domain area also which you are tackling? For example, this might become more important in like the healthcare, real estate, or eventually, for example, like where you really require more and more kind of these conversation
Mm-hmm.
rather than where you don't want it to just rely only on the text part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. We are seeing great success, or I would say adaptability in few sectors, like real estate is one of them,
Mm-hmm.
healthcare, BFSI. The other sectors where we are seeing early adoption, early success.
So, the healthcare and the real estate, those two I am well aware. How about this BFSI? This I
Yeah.
haven't heard yet.
Yeah. So BFSI, there are very simple use cases, Kuldeep.
Mm-hmm.
Obvious use cases like payment reminder,
Mm-hmm.
right? Sometime you forget when is your credit card bill due, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or when is your EMI due? So that is where the one use case where we are seeing very obvious and very easy adoption,
Mm-hmm.
right? You don't need very fluent
Mm-hmm.
human like voice, in fact, for that reminder call, right?
Mm-hmm.
uh, and not only that, right? So one use case could be like, when there is a EMI due, a payment reminder, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the time that agent is intelligent enough to understand, like it will ask you, it will show you sympathy, like, okay, what is the problem, why you are not able to pay your EMI, right? Is there any challenges which where we can help, in the sense of, do you want me to adjust EMI date and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that agent is talking to human.
Mm-hmm.
Human will say, okay, I will be making payment by so and so date. And if there is some reason that human would like to say, customer would like to say, okay, no, there is some challenges, I would like if you can just make a note over there that I will be making payment by 1 week, with the delay of one week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all those things keeps getting updated in the CRM.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Okay.
one of the use case for BFSI.
Yeah. No, I think, and this is also a very interesting one. And for example, this works well where your customer base is very big,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
it makes sense that you do have it. But there might be some enterprises
Mm-hmm.
which are like not too big sized
Mhm.
also, but they might be like missing this opportunity. So are there any like a ROI, or are there any proof that hey, this is where if the enterprises start adopting this, they will get value over the
Correct.
time in utilizing this new technology.
So in general, we have seen, I would say, 40%
Mhm.
uplift in the sense of success rate, I would say, or AHT, average handling time,
Mhm.
right? Not only that, for lead qualification also, we have seen somewhere around 50%
Mhm.
kind of uplift, right? And follow up is a great example. As you said, if it is not enterprise level company, right,
Mhm.
then you need manpower to take care of those. You need the kind of team to
Mhm.
do those follow up and all the stuff, right? And humans, as a human, we miss things, we skip things, right?
Mm.
That is where I see ROI for businesses.
Yeah. So you are saying like, hey, there might be like, the follow up, etc. And like there might be like, the valid reason where
Mm,
you keep waiting on the follow up. But
mm,
when you look at the data, when you look at kind of all those detailing and all, as
mhm,
a human, we might miss it, right? And we might say, hey, this customer call or this like sales call is not important, but in the actual it is.
mhm.
And then you are just missing that opportunity.
Yes, yes, that is true, Kuldeep. And that is where AI agent comes into the picture. And it's not just AI agent, Kuldeep. It is
Mm-hmm.
more about giving the entire solution, the
Mm-hmm.
orchestration between AI agent and those system and those CRM and those automation, those workflow. So we are into that space,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. And the good thing is like you have been consulting to those firm as well as
Mm-hmm,
into the CRM space,
mm-hmm,
because that's the number one question it comes.
mm-hmm,
Hey, yes, we see it is a valuable,
mm-hmm,
but how how do I adopt them,
mm-hmm.
and how quickly I get this ROI? So do you have some examples where like the implementation is easy and then you can get this thing quickly rather than like spending 5 years on the
It
implementation side?
depends. So implementation is easy. Obviously, we have done implementation in 3 week. I would say
Okay.
up and running,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you need at least 2 months, 3 months to see the trend, uh, get the reports where you can see the ROI.
Mm-hmm.
That I would say 2 to 3 months is enough. But implementation wise, in 3 week or less than 3 week, we
Okay.
can do the implementation and make it live.
Okay. No, 3 weeks and even like the end-to-end implementation. If it is 3 months, I think it is still good. I know like the
Yeah,
technology is changing very fast,
it
and
is.
nowadays like we might expect like
You
within a
cannot take
week.
3 months to
Yeah,
implement AI agent
yeah,
these days. Yeah.
yeah. But are there any patterns also which you have observed where these type of initiatives are getting not success as you might have thought it earlier?
That's a good question, Kuldeep. Yes. So, as I said, right, unless if you solve a business problem,
Mm-hmm.
voice cannot do anything alone itself.
Mm-hmm.
It is just an interface,
Mm-hmm.
right? But success comes when you start solving business challenges, start automating business processes. If you're doing that right, then you will see, then chances of seeing success is more, right? But when you start paying more attention just on tool, just on voice,
Mm-hmm.
and not bothered on, and if you've not thought about actually what you are going to simplify, how you are
Mm-hmm.
simplifying those process, chances are that you will not get success. And I've seen companies not getting ROI by
Mm-hmm.
implementation of AI. That is the challenge, right? You need to focus on tool later. First, you need to think of what you are going to
Mm.
solve, right? Whether you have enough data is in the place, whether those data is there in the right way, right?
Yeah,
If you have those things, then AI,
yeah.
you will get more success in AI.
Yeah. No, I think this is very valid point, and specifically, hey, by just looking at the AI, people might say, hey, yes, let's invest it. But then there comes a change, right?
Yes.
And change is very much important, even though like the technology might be become very easy, but that the adoption has to come. For example, in this case, yes, you have made the AI voice enable, but then all those customer record, all those call, all those
Yes.
history, if they were not available to the agent, then the response is still going to be like
Yes.
similar like a normal machine.
Yes. Yeah, it was just an interface.
Yeah.
Rest thing remains as it is, right?
Yeah.
Although engineering will come into the picture. So as a whole, you can make it successful.
Yeah. And I think second thing which I see is like as more and more customer you are acquiring, there your user base increases. And then you might be knowing like your first 100 customer know very well, right? You know what is their profile, what etc. But when your user base grows to 1,000 to million and all, then to be very fair, you really don't know your user. But by just capturing all this data,
Yes.
what they were
Yes.
talking about, what were their main problem, probably you can summarize it and categorize it, and then also just take that as an input to solve your solution itself, not only just fixing those
Oh, yes,
calls.
yes, very valid point, Kuldeep. As you said, if your customer base is less, then it is for management. It is much easier to have to have realistically connection with those customer base. But as you grow, when you have a bigger customer base, it is difficult, right? So imagine like I forgot to give you one example, like a customer customer agent is talking to a customer, right? Agent is talking to a customer. I'm talking about a human agent, not AI agent. And that is where AI also come into the picture, right? That AI is sitting there and observing, analyzing what is the conversation going on between customer agent and customer, right? And think of a scenario when things goes wrong, right? That human agent is not able to solve the problem or tackle the problem or not responding properly, whatever, right? Whatever it could be. AI agent can alert their manager at the runtime. Hey, listen, go there, and there is I think there is something where you need to jump in, right? So that is like a proactive approach that manager can jump in, can guide that customer agent, right? Not like not like reactive approach. So we have seen this kind of example as well.
Yeah. No, I think this is very well to correct, go back and adding that feedback loop, right? Hey,
Right.
something was not wrong, and maybe like a human operated, and now it fixed the problem. Because in the end, you need to increase your customer satisfaction, and customer should be satisfied with your the technology or the product space, and also he should be sure that his problem will be resolved if I just call to the customer care. Cool. Alok, I know this is very a new technology or like a new area which is being developed. What is kind of the roadmap which you see in next 3 to 5 years from the technology wise, from the adoption wise?
Yeah. So it is going to change a lot. It is changing much faster pace that what we can think, right? Uh, and it will keep evolving. There will be more natural voices. There will be, I guess, time when it will be difficult to say whether it's a human voice or AI voice.
Yeah, voice.
But yes, voice will, as I said, right, adaptability will come when you are providing end-to-end solution, right? The automation, again, I guess I don't know if I'm stressing a lot on automation, but that is the area where we need to pay more attention, not just voice, along with the voice automation, and then solving business processes, right? That will be there. And what will change, you said, right?
Yeah.
It will empower human agent, it will empower your businesses. That is how I see the changes on the positive side.
And I think the hyper personalization also will become more relevant now, because hey, it is next to impossible, even if like you set up those support person for it, which know your entire thing end to end and can resolve it. But with this help, like with the past record, with your CRM,
Oh
with all
yes,
this
yes.
data, hey, this is the specific problem which my customer is facing, and these are the possible, the solution, and this type of the possible solution I can replicate it into with the other customers as well.
Yeah, that's a very valid point, Kuldeep. Hyper personalization will be there. It will be more easier to give a relevant solution or identify a problem at a much faster speed, right? That's a very rightly said, hyper personalization.
And one more thing, from the technologies and all perspective, right? Hey, yes, like the text and all, but the text data is like a very small, right? You may wanted to chat something and then the response comes, even if like it is a few byte. But when it becomes like a voice, right? For example, even like the recording for like a 7 or 8 minutes, the data becomes very huge if you start adding it, and then you like start recording, then like processing, then you are kind of summarizing. Isn't that the also very investment heavy on the IT side?
At the moment, it is not cheap, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
um, you really need to spend decent money
Mm-hmm.
per minute for the voice, and as you said, the storage and all that stuff. When you say voice, right, so there is a whole tech stack behind that.
Exactly.
You do TTS, you do STT, right, and you do ASR, things like that, right? So it is not cheap at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It does cost decent money. Technology will evolve definitely,
Yeah.
and it will become more affordable, I would say, for smaller businesses to adapt this thing as well. But at the moment, it is not cheap, I would
It
say.
is not cheap, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, see, also like as we will see, the more investment into this space, more benefit it is providing it to the one. I think there will be more investment, and then they will
Yes.
follow law of physics, right? Hey,
Yes.
the
Yes.
anything more get consumed, then it start getting
So that is
commoditized.
where we thought to build our own voice, Kuldeep,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it is ready. We are already giving our customer our own voices, right?
What is that?
And we are giving at significantly lower rate,
Mm-hmm.
I would say, at a much more affordable rate, I would say, right? At the moment, you need GPUs to run those things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very soon, there will be a time when you will be running all this thing on CPU,
Okay.
right? That is where you will see a drastic difference in the prices. And for with Greek voice, when we are building our own voice,
Mm-hmm.
that is also one of the we have also one of the idea to provide businesses at a much lower rate, and we are
Yeah.
doing that.
One thing which you have mentioned is building your own voice.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not much aware about that.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly we are building it now?
Yeah, Kuldeep, nice question. So for English and other languages, right, there are many voices already there. You don't need
Mm,
to build that,
mm,
but there is a gap. If
mm,
you talk about Indian languages, right, those
mhm,
native languages like Punjabi, Gujarati, Marathi, right,
mhm.
there is no good voice, I would say, and that is where we saw a gap, and that is the problem which we are trying to solve, where we are building our own voice to
Mhm.
cater all these native voices of India,
Okay.
and that is the need.
Mhm.
We want our AI agent to speak people languages.
So you are saying like, hey, with that, what we will do is we will make the technology accessible to all sort of the people, not only
Yes.
the one. Like for example, hey, today if you don't know like English or
Mm-hmm.
maximum like a Hindi,
Mm-hmm.
you can't really interact
Mm-hmm.
with the one, because
Yes.
else you need to set up the whole army of the people who can support that,
Mm.
knows that, who knows those
Yes.
language, who can interact. But with the help of this, you will make them like the technology is
Yes.
accessible and they are able to solve
You're absolutely
your
right,
problem.
Kuldeep, over there.
Mhm.
That is the idea, to support rural areas, right? If farmer in Rajasthan want to take some help, or
Mhm.
want to take any farming help, right? How will he do it?
Mm,
You need AI agent who speak their languages,
agree.
right? And that is the problem we are solving.
No, that's very interesting one, and also I think see the technology should enable the one who
Mm.
has not even touched to it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
Yep.
the real benefit of the technology. All right, so we had like bigger question,
Mm-hmm.
and we had got kind of the some larger answer as well. We will move towards a rapid fire round. In the
Okay.
rapid
Can
fire,
I skip in the rapid fire?
no, you can't skip, so you need to answer all
Okay.
those.
All right.
So, what is the one technology trend which enterprises are underestimating today?
They are not paying enough attention to solve real business challenges. They are paying more attention on tool, I would say, again, right?
Mhm.
And that is the thing which they are overlooking, I would say.
Mm. Okay, AI voice or chatbot? Which technology out of these two going to be dominant in next 5 years?
In my opinion, we should not be comparing chatbot with AI voice.
Uh-huh.
These two are different thing, and obviously AI voice is going to have a much bigger potential.
Mhm.
And as I said, chatbot, right? That will be also empowered by that will be also getting empowered by AI agent.
Mhm.
There is
Okay.
no comparison.
And one bigger mistake which companies are making while adopting AI nowadays.
They are not saying what is there already in their CRM, right?
Mm.
What kind of business processes they are having, right? They should be first talking about what business problem they want to solve,
Mm.
what business processes they want to make it easy, right? Instead of talking about implementing AI. If you have those places, those pieces at a well place, then AI will be helpful for this company.
Okay. And in India, which specific sector where you are hoping that the rise of AI voice adoption will skyrocket?
Many sector, BFSI, healthcare, real estate,
Hmm.
right? Uh, as I said, help to farmers, things like that can be a really a good space. Who's having huge potential where AI can help.
These were more, the question which were more
Mm.
focused on this specific technology. But I would like to know a bit more around the company which you have built and like how you have solved those challenges, right? So one challenge which
Mm-hmm.
is with the company is always about the hiring, right? Because when you hire, you need to look at the right mindset and all. And I know you have built this company quite time back.
Mm-hmm.
How were you able to scale it so well that it is still running successfully, it is providing the value to the customer, and also the scaling well in terms of the money and all as well.
Yeah. So, as you said, right, we are still scaling. I would say
Mm-hmm.
you always keep scaling. Um if you're talking about hiring right talent, right? Uh, Personally, I don't. I first thing which I see is attitude
Mm-hmm.
of the candidate
Mm-hmm.
instead of their certifications and all that stuff. That have their own value.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, most important thing is attitude and willingness of doing work. That is how I personally believe. And obviously, in the success of and in the journey of Girikon and in the growth of Girikon,
Mm-hmm.
uh, there is a significant contribution of everyone, particularly from Girikon core team. I would
Mm-hmm.
say. Uh, so if I didn't answer anything, please ask again if I missed any part.
No, I think that's good. The interesting thing about is the hiring is one aspect,
Mhm.
but I think you have kept the talent sustain as well, because see, hiring is definitely one thing, but how do you sustain them for a longer period?
Do you want me to be honest for this thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Hmm. No, sustaining is important. That is the key thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You hire a employee, you hire a candidate, and then
Mm-hmm.
you spend time. It takes some time for them also to understand your working culture, what you exactly do, what is your pattern, and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff, right? So it is not just the knowledge which your people are holding, right? It is. more about the the synergy between the
Mm-hmm.
company and people, right?
Yeah.
So there is no one, or I would say no one answer, Kuldeep. What is that one thing which can hold your people?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there is just one thing. It is mix of multiple things, I would say.
But I think they are like they should be culturally fit
Oh yeah, those
within
things are
that.
there. Those
And
things are
then
there.
also I think they should understand the what is the shared value which
Yes,
you are
yes,
delivering, so that there is no gap. And the third and most important is they should be growing. And when I say
yes.
growing, I doesn't mean like only in terms of like the
Oh yeah,
money, but in terms of like the knowledge, in terms of like the skill set.
they should be valued. Their work
Mm-hmm.
should be valued, right? And that is where in Girikon we also have a dedicated department.
Mm-hmm.
We call it L&D,
Mm-hmm.
and there is a separate portal. We call it Greek University,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where we keep updating with the new things, right? We want our people to go there and learn things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So personally, I've seen by launching Greek University within Girikon,
Mm-hmm.
that has helped our people to upskill themselves
Upskill themselves.
and keep up to the speed with the latest thing.
Yeah. Okay, no, and that's very interesting. And also, tell me a bit more around. Hey, yes, Girikon, you would have set up with some. Hey, this is something which I wanted it to do. And when you were that one person, then you keep on expanding your team. But one challenge which we have seen specifically with the Indian companies and all,
Mhm.
either they tends to become more kind of the back office. Back office means just doing the same
Mhm.
thing, but with a less cost, but not kind of innovating more. But what I have seen based on this is you become more kind of strategic partner to them. How do you ensure while working it with so many different clients?
Yeah, Kuldeep, you are right. So Girikon is obviously not. We never thought of becoming back office. Our vision was to become, more like consulting and coming there as a strategic partner to make businesses successful, right? So for this, it is important to do the right amount of consulting,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not just start implementing anything, talking to customer, having proper discovery, having proper elaboration of the discovery phase,
Mm-hmm.
right? uh, Putting your points, uh, why they should not be doing something and why how they should be doing a particular thing, right? So we do spend a decent amount, required amount in that first phase, discovery phase,
Mm-hmm.
envisioning phase, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
and then sketching out the requirement, sketching out the output, right? Once we are on the same page
Mm-hmm.
from the discovery part, then we get into implementation phase,
Mm-hmm.
rollout phase, and then not only that, right? So once you do the implementation, then another key thing which I have seen people missing
Mm-hmm.
is like adaptability,
Mm-hmm.
right? Training, giving enough training, sufficient training, required training to your uh, client, people at client end, right?
Mm-hmm.
Adaptability is the thing where I've seen project getting failed even
Mm-hmm.
with the right implementation.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, human is like, they resist to change, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a good thing or bad thing,
Bad
right?
thing, yeah.
So the moment you have a new system in the place,
Mm-hmm.
you will have that resistance. That is where training come into the picture. So there are three things: discovery, implementation, and then
Yeah.
training.
And I think you are taking them in this journey along,
Oh yes,
so that
yes.
the change becomes more or less like a permanent. It is not
Hmm.
only, hey, just we wanted to get some adopted, but if, for example, even
Right.
if they are not receiving the ROI, and
Mm-hmm.
then like after 6 months you are going to lose that
Mm-hmm.
customer. That's very interesting one. But also you have scaled your company across the time zones as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right now you are not only operating it from the India. How do you ensure that the same type of quality, same kind of the culture, or same kind of the growth, etc., is happening consistently?
Oh yes. So as you know, we have offices in USA,
Mm-hmm.
right, and then India, obviously, and then Australia as well.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so uh, our team is like working together, right? So in any project, right, we
Mm-hmm.
don't just put Indian people from India, right?
Mm-hmm.
We put people from USA and India as well. so that will cover time zone,
Time zone.
right? That will for customer also in their time zone, in their working hours, they have more time to coordinate and do the consulting part better, right? That is, I would say, a key thing to have a right mix in your team if you want to support your global customer.
Mhm. Okay. No, and this is also a good way of learning
Mm-hmm.
the culture, how he's responding, or how he's
Mm-hmm.
helping the customer,
Mm-hmm.
because you cannot have all the training sessions for each and everything. It is
Mm-hmm.
good way that
Mm-hmm.
you pair up your engineers and all. Okay, those were the question which I had in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Anything more you would like to share before we conclude our conversation?
No, Kuldeep, thank you for calling me here. It was great talking to you. And as you said, right, in the coming year, AI agent, and not only AI agent, if you are giving solution of AI agent along with the business processes, automating business processes, that will be the immediate success which I see in the coming year.
No, and I think, see, from my own learning
Mm-hmm.
perspective,
Mm-hmm.
the the detailing through which you have gone,
Mm-hmm.
and also because first of all, any thing which is in the trend, you just capture and ride on it.
Mm-hmm.
But anything which you see, hey, it is upcoming one where you don't see it right now,
Mm-hmm.
where you are doing the early investment, are kind of the signal that, hey, this is something, not a problem you are solving it for today, but the problem which you are solving it for the future. And specifically with the voice and all, I think it will get back as a human, how we used to
Mm-hmm.
interact, not with
Oh
those
yes.
dumb computer style. So
Mm-hmm.
that's, I hope, will bring back some joy in the people life. And third thing is, as we have seen, the companies will start with a good support, and
Mm-hmm.
eventually the
Mm-hmm.
sales is still where the companies are doing the investment because they see it directly
Mm-hmm.
ROI. But support, it becomes more like, hey, I have solved the thing, why
Mm-hmm.
I need to worry?
Mm-hmm.
But that that customer is going to get you your recurring customer. And if you can solve if with the technology you
Mm-hmm.
can solve their problem, definitely they are going to hey, please buy from this. They are like, customer service is amazing. And this has been a kind of the challenge when the companies try
Yeah,
to
you're right,
scale.
Kuldeep. You're right, Kuldeep. There. In fact, with AI agent and AI
Mm-hmm.
voice, right, adaptability is more in support area first,
Mm-hmm.
right? In customer care, in support area, right? That is where I am seeing early adoption and early success, right? Sales is also there, but I would say if you ask me,
Mm-hmm.
sales and support is something where I am seeing early adoption
Mm-hmm.
and early success. And just imagine, right? We are having this podcast, right? We could have no broadcasted this podcast in multiple
Language.
native languages at the runtime.
Yeah.
That is the future.
Yeah. No, and I think that's where the knowledge also just becomes the commodity, because hey, even if there is a knowledge, and if you don't understand, or you don't
Mm-hmm.
that's literature, or that writing was not written in your native language, and
Mm-hmm.
then you are skipping those majority of the population.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also very interesting thing, because what I have seen so far is these early investment come more from the developed nation, because they do have the money and all. But the type of the problem which you are solving specifically for the India region, where it is much needed from the different culture, from the
Mm-hmm.
different languages and all perspective, is a very good problem to solve for the future.
Yeah, that is true, Kuldeep.
Thanks, Alok. Thanks a lot for all your insight. This was very helpful for me as well as to our audience.
Thank you, Kuldeep, for calling me here.
That's it for this episode of Techie Talks with Kuldeep. Until next time, keep learning and keep innovating. Thank you for watching.